And right now, folks, we have our man, Mr. Bob Archer. Bob is the CEO of Great Panther Silver. Great Panther, folks, trades in the NYSE under the symbol GPL, trades in Canada under the symbol GPR. Bob Archer, what's going on?
Hey, Tom. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing great, man. Bottom line is that, number one, we want to thank you, for basically the great sponsorship, and all those tigers and tigresses out there want to thank you for those coins. I'll tell you, we've had a lot of fun with the Great Panther Silver giveaways. It's been
that's great, Tom. I mean, we have a lot of fun with that aspect of the business as well. It's nice to see people react the way they do, and they've been very popular.
Yeah, they're beautiful coins. Can we start, because of course we get, a lot of new listeners out here. Your fourth quarter production come out. Can you first off tell us, about your mines first? Where are you doing business?
Yeah. Great Panther's a primary silver producer with 2 mines in Mexico, both in production, both 100% owned, no royalties on either one. And our flagship operation in central Mexico is called Guanajuato, in the city and state of the same name. And the Guanajuato district is the second largest producing silver district in Mexico historically. Mining dates back to the year 1600, and so it's a world-class deposit, and it's a real thrill for me as a geologist to be owning something like that, and to be able to continue that production history on into the 21st century. So it's pretty remarkable to have such a long-lived deposit, and that's silver and gold.
I'm sorry. Every time I hear the story, it is amazing. That's why I love hearing it too. I mean, and actually, I was looking at you. I mean, folks, now how long have they been mining that mine, Bob?
Well, silver was discovered in 1548, but the actual mining concessions were first granted in the year 1600. So over 400 years. That
is absolutely amazing. And the fact of the matter is, the ore. I was looking at your fourth quarter. The ore, I mean, is still really great, right?
Yeah, in fact, it's getting better in some of the zones that we're into now. One down on the 510-meter level of the Cata zone, and we're getting some very high grades down in there, up to we've seen 2.5 kilograms per ton of silver, and there's another zone that we have that's more gold rich, and it's averaging about 9 grams gold, and that's our byproduct. So the grades have turned around nicely, and they've come up very strongly in January.
Now, when you first went down to Mexico, it seems like everyone, you've been down there for a long time, but it seems like everyone wants in Mexico now, don't they?
Well, yeah, it's a popular place. I mean, as foreign countries go, the Mexican government is very supportive of mining. It's an easy commute from Vancouver, where a lot of the mining companies are based, and it's a great country to be in. I mean, they've got a long history of mining in the country, and they welcome foreign investment. It's good mining law. The taxes are just straight 30% corporate tax, and it's a really great place to do business. So there are more than 200 Canadian mining companies working in Mexico right now.
That's amazing. So walk us through, because you're starting to talk about some big numbers, meaning in the millions of ounces, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we, in terms of silver equivalents, which is what we talk about, because we produce about 71% silver, about 20% gold, and then a little bit of lead and zinc from our Topia mine. But overall, we produced about 2.2 million ounces of silver equivalent last year, and we're projecting about 2.5 to 2.75 million ounces of silver equivalent production for this year, 2012. And at current commodity prices, we're spinning off a fair bit of cash flow, and all the exploration and development that we're doing at the mines, as well as our San Ignacio project, is all being paid for out of cash flow. And as well, we have about $40 million in the bank. So we're certainly in a good position right now.
Boy, it's amazing, isn't it? I mean, I know you started this thing, you didn't start it from scratch, but the reality is that the mine wasn't producing when you got it, right?
Yeah, it was well, Guanajuato was in production at a very small scale, and they were in fact losing money on a daily basis because they were so inefficient.
Okay.
But and the Topia mine was not in production, hadn't been for about 4 or 5 years. So we essentially had to refurbish both operations and then gradually bring them back up to sort of North American standards, as it were, and drill out a new resource, because both were privately owned. And there had been really no diamond drilling done. There were no compliant resources the way we think of them nowadays. So we've starting from scratch. We've built our resource base from 0 up to 32 million ounces of silver equivalent now, and we've got 3 resource updates coming out within the next 4 to 5 months, and that should take us close to the 40 million ounce mark.
Bob, how did you get to the? I'm looking at the, the estimated ranges for 2012, and I know you were just explained to us that you're definitely a silver miner, and you're taking the gold as a credit, and
Yes.
there's a well, it looks to me like you did 8,000 ounces of gold. Where's the gold coming out of? And you're looking to do 10,000. Is the gold coming out of Guanajuato also?
Yes, yeah, the gold comes primarily from Guanajuato, Tom. There's only a very small amount at Topia, and so Guanajuato is about 70% silver, 30% gold by revenue.
Wow. That's pretty cool, man.
Yeah, it's nice. I mean, gold is a great byproduct to have. It's very profitable.
And folks, the way this works, okay, as a byproduct on an accounting basis, is that when Bob is saying equivalent ounces, see, they take the gold, then they sell the gold, and they take the lead and sell the lead, and take the zinc and sell the zinc. And then you take that price into the price of silver, and because he's a primarily silver miner, that is an accounting procedure. But as he just said, it's most of the time what you see out here, folks, is people say they want to be gold miners, and they have a little gold, and they get a byproduct, and of course, it's just the opposite, which is pretty neat, man.
Mm-hmm.
So, that you have 3 resources, coming up in the next 4 to 5 months. So I see these other complexes you have. What is the game plan with them in 2012, 2013?
Well, in addition to just expanding production at Guanajuato and the Topia mines, we're really looking to increase the resource base at our San Ignacio project, which is only 5 kilometers west of Guanajuato, and about 20 kilometers on the road. But as we drill that off, and we have just a preliminary resource on that now, 4.5 million ounces silver equivalent. Once that resource update comes out in a few months, that number should increase quite substantially, and we're just in the process now of trying to acquire some land to collar a portal, from which we drive a ramp down underground to take a look at that mineralization underground and start to extract some of it and explore it underground. And once that process starts, we'll be able to truck that development ore around on that 20-kilometer road back to the Guanajuato plant, because we have existing capacity there that we can actually process the ore. And so by doing that, we're effectively monetizing it right off the bat, and we're able to more or less pay for the development of the new project. So it's a nice position to be in, and we can increase our production, increase our revenues at the same time as we're effectively building a new mine.
And of course, what ends up happening when you have the mill, to take the rock and put it into a mill, that's a science itself, right?
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
Yeah. And so what he's explaining there, folks, which is really neat, you can find the gold, you can find the silver, you can get the rock, but then there's a science of taking that, getting in the mill, and then getting paid on the other side of it. That's pretty cool, man, because that's pretty close. Now, I know, and folks, if you come over to our website at TFNN, hit the Great Panther banner, what you're going to see this beautiful mine, and you're going to see, it's right next. Well, it's in the city, right? I mean,
yes, it is.
So talk to me about, inside the mining business, of course, help. I mean, the people in the city must be elated, right? Because this was a cooperative to begin with, right?
That's correct, yes.
And so
for the last 65 years. Mm-hmm.
Amazing. And so now, of course, in employment, you're employing quite a few people, right?
Yeah, a lot more than we did before, because the mine's been expanding, and I guess there are about 700 people employed at Guanajuato right now, and another 300, 350 at Topia. So we are one of the larger employers in the city, but it's a city of about 200,000 people. It's the capital city of the state, and it's also a UNESCO World Heritage Site because of the old colonial architecture. It's an absolutely gorgeous city, as you say, and it's a really popular tourist destination. In fact, one of the facilities that we own is part of the old Spanish architecture that dates back to the mid-1700s. And that's the old Valenciano mine courtyard. And the tour buses pull up in front of that, and people come in to see it. It's in the tour books. And, we charge a small admission for people to come inside, and then all the proceeds from that go towards local charities. So it's nice to be able to not only own a piece of history, but to be able to use that to give back to the communities at the same time.
Huge. And it's got to be, folks, I happen to, know Bob well. I've been with him, I've eaten dinner with him, and he's a great guy, number one, but I know the story about, it has to be really cool, Bob, that, you started this baby, you're a geologist, you got it going, and we know, the mining business is a very tough business, man. You can basically do the best job you can, and you might not get it right. So you got to be elated, and your family's got to be elated in the aspect, because I know you had your family down there too, right?
Yes, we have, a couple of occasions. Yeah, no, it's great. It's been a great journey for us. As you say, it's something that here at head office we're all very proud of it. It's been a real team effort, and we've got a great group of people, and we were just talking this morning actually. We're kind of like a family here, even at the office.
Yes.
Everybody gets along so well, and it's a great place to work.
And I got to tell you, see, and your equity, you know what I do at price and volume. And see, the most beautiful thing inside this chart is that you have high volume at your high. And equities don't end on high volume. And at 504, you get a monster up there, which is just a beautiful thing, man. Great liquidity in the stock. Since we listed on Amex about this time last year, the liquidity has improved quite a bit, and that's great. That's something certainly a lot of the fund managers, the big investors really look for is liquidity in the stock. Oh, no doubt, and growth, which you have. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah, absolutely. Yep.
Well, listen, we really appreciate the update. Look forward to seeing you. Look forward to having you on again, Bob.
Always a pleasure, Tom. Good to talk to you.
Thanks so much. Have a great one. Have a safe one.
You too.